Welcome to the Alumni Podcast. Joining us today is Kenny Huynh, former Delta Chi president. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, Jenifer. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Can you tell me a little more about what you've been up to?
So recently I've started my own food truck. I was inspired during my trip to South Korea and wanted to bring back some culinary diversity to San Antonio. So I've been really busy with that and using my experience that I've learned through my time here at Texas A&M San Antonio and starting up my own thing.
That's really cool. How new is it? How long have you been doing this?
Probably about 3 months now.
Oh wow, that is so new.
Yeah, so I've been super busy. Sorry that I haven't been able to get back at you in a timely manner, but
I understand.
you know.
Would you like to start us off with a JAG question?
Sure, of course. How many degrees do you have and what are they? Well, this is an easy one because I only have one. I graduated with a major in computer information systems with a concentration in project management.
Wow.
Yep. And then now I'm running a food truck.
I know. I'm trying to see how that connects.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really different. That's cool though.
Yeah, I guess I used the project management part of it in it.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell me more about your food truck.
I went to South Korea and I tried these things called Korean corn dogs. Have you ever had one of those?
No, I haven't.
Do you know what they are?
No, I don't know anything.
Okay, so basically it's half mozzarella, half hot dog, and it's coated in panko. And like a regular corn dog is not as crunchy, and we also use rice flour, so that gives it kind of like a chewy but crunchy texture. So like you'll bite into it, you can see this big cheese pull. And so that was the inspiration of it. And then I've made up a couple of other concoctions. And yeah, it's been going great lately. We actually have plans to appear on, I think it was on Ken's 5. So that'll be coming up in August 30th, I believe. So yeah.
That's awesome. Can you tell me a little more about your experience as a student here at Temusa?
Yeah, so when I first came here, I just really planned on just getting my degree done and then graduating, but then somehow I ended up joining all of these different things. I joined Delta Chi. I was offered an opportunity to be a founding father. So I was like, you know what, that sounds great. It sounds like a good way to leave my legacy here. And then I became a transfer student mentor. So I did that as well. And, you know, I really poured my heart into it because I'm just a believer in if you're going to put your name on something, you want to put your best foot forward. So it's been a really rewarding experience getting involved.
Yeah, I actually hear that from some people, the way they came in with one goal in mind and then they came out with like several different things.
Exactly. And I think the cool part is like you're not sure how much you can do until you're put into that position, and then you're like, wow, you know, by the time I graduated, I was like, I'm really amazed by all that I did and juggled. That first 5 classes seems hard enough.
Yeah.
And on top of that, other things.
I know. I feel that I started here and I did 5 classes, and I'm still doing 5 classes. And then I tried to do a job on top of that on campus.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I'm really pushing myself here. And then I went ahead and I became Temusa royalty.
Oh, wow.
And now I'm like doing more. And I think you're right when you say you don't know how much you can do until you push yourself to that limit.
Exactly. And I think that's the great part is that, you know, it's always about testing your boundaries and your limits. And then when you get out of that comfort zone, you eventually become better than the day before, and you're just getting 1% better.
Yeah, that's true. So I know that while you were at Temusa, you were a Delta Chi president.
Yes.
Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so I started off as a founding father, and then when it came my time, I became the president, and then we won numerous awards, such as Student Organization of the Year. I was able to win Student Leader of the Year, and we won the coveted President's Cup, which is awarded to only a few chapters all across America.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Well, across America and Canada, so we're international. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was actually one of the biggest celebrations for us. And then this was all during COVID, so
Oh.
we kind of found out through like this webinar thing, and we were all on the phone together and just all really happy for each other. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What was it like being in college during the COVID time?
It was different. Because I'm not very much of a online class kind of guy, but they made us shift during COVID to go online, and I was juggling 3 Maymester classes, and those are tough already. And then I had to figure a new way to study and everything, and yeah, and that really, I felt like that was the most challenging time for school for me because I had to rewire the way I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it harder to connect with people, like other classmates?
No, because I think I've already built that connection by then, so I was able to. I already had their numbers and stuff like that, and I think the most different part was our graduation. We had kind of like a drive-through graduation, which I actually didn't mind at all because I didn't have to wait for like a couple hundred names.
That's true.
Yeah, I just got up and cheese, I got my diploma.
Skip the line.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Can you tell me a little more about what that was like? I wasn't there. I don't.
Oh yeah. Well, it was. I thought it was really creative how they did it because they had different stations. One for you to take pictures with your family, and then there's a stage where you just go get your stuff, and then there's different booths where they're handing out things. Like Whataburger had a booth that had the year you graduated. The only thing that wasn't as cool was that you couldn't have so many guests. You could only have, I think it was like 3 people.
Oh.
Yeah. Huh. You're like, oh man.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting because now, well, I think when it was in COVID time, a lot of people bring like a lot of their family.
Yeah, exactly.
So it must have been rough to cut it down.
Well, I don't have a whole lot of family here anyway, so yeah, it's just my parents and I have some really close friends, but they could celebrate with me another time.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, glad that worked out.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, I still had to go to all these other in-person graduation and still have to wait for hundreds of names to be called.
Oh, really?
Because all of my brothers were graduating, so I was like, dang it, I couldn't skip this,
At least you skipped some.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. So you're also a first-gen student?
Yes, I am, yeah.
Can you tell me about what it was like to be a student as a first generation?
Yeah, so I think since my parents didn't go to college, they didn't understand a lot of the different things that goes on in college. I remember I won the University Ring Award, and my dad, he was like, no, it's a scam. They're just trying to take your money. I'm like, they're literally giving me free ring, like a free ring. Like it's the opposite of that. So they didn't really understand a lot of what was going on. They didn't understand, what student organizations were. So yeah, but I think it was really important for me to graduate because my parents came over here from Vietnam, on like a small little boat as a refugee. So I wanted to make the most of the opportunity that they gave me and really become something and not. I had a brother and he passed away when he was 3, so I felt like I was the only son left, and I felt like it was a lot of pressure on me to become successful so that I could take care of my parents,
Yeah. I think that's a lot of pressure to put on yourself.
Yeah.
But you did it. I think you're doing great and you're being an entrepreneur now.
Yeah, exactly. And, it's amazing the things you can do. And I think the most important thing that I've learned is always leave a good impression with other people. Like if you do good things and you don't expect nothing back, you always get that in return. Like when I started this food truck, there were many times where I had to clean up the food truck, like deep clean, because we bought the trailer used, so we had to build things up ourselves. And every time I needed help, someone I loved was there to come help me. So I think that's lately I've been feeling very grateful for, the position that I'm in and the people that I've met, and I just feel very loved. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. I'm glad you're feeling like that.
Yeah.
It's a positive energy to
Yeah, exactly.
kick off your business.
Yep.
So you did mention you were a Ring Scholarship recipient.
Yes.
What was that like?
I was especially happy because I think the semester before that I applied and I didn't get it. I was like, dang, and I was really I was discouraged to do it again. I was like, you know what, like, I'm not even wearing it now. You know, I was like, it's okay that I don't get it. But then my friends told me to come on, just keep applying. I got it the second time too, so then I did it, and then I was able to write a cool little essay about myself, which, you know, I get to keep forever, and really, that's the only time I'll write about myself and really put work into it, you know? Yeah, so it was really, it was an honor because it was like a culmination of everything that I did while I was here. So the ring means a lot. I'm not much of a ring wearer.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's what it means that matters, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
More than anything. So I heard you were the Outstanding Senior Award.
Yes, I was.
Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so that was the biggest shocker for me because when I went to high school, I never was a outstanding freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior. But, you know, coming here, and it made me realize that when I put my best foot forward, I'm able to achieve like such an amazing award like the Outstanding Senior Award, and to win it along with two of my Delta Chi brothers, Zach Frankowiak and the Senior of Distinction that year, which was Clayton Jiskinia. It was really awesome because we were the three founding fathers, and all of our work together really help us build each other up, become the men that we need to be able to win something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've mentioned a couple of times now that you were a founding father. What is that like?
I would say it's very much like starting your own business. It's like you're building something from scratch, and you're learning how to market, you're learning how to recruit, you're learning how to sell, you're learning how to be creative, and it just really felt like I was running my own business. Like the president feels like a CEO position, the treasurer feels like a CFO position. So I think that's what really pushed me to be better and be able to be in the position I am now to actually start my own business through that experience. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, what is the funnest part about being an entrepreneur now?
I would say the funnest part is being able to inject my own creativity into my business. You know, I get to, like the other day, we tried something new. So the Korean corn dog I was explaining earlier, we're like, you know, what if we put a crab rangoon in it? So we wrapped the crab rangoon around it, and then it sold out. It was amazing. And I mean, it probably sold out because I ate a few of them too. I couldn't resist, but yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't think I've ever tried any of this.
Well, we do plan on coming onto campus because I want to bring, you know, some diversity onto campus and have people try things that they've never tried before. And so you'll probably get a chance to try it.
Really? You're going to be here?
I'm working on that right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
I look forward to that.
Yeah, I always like to come back to my old stomping grounds.
Yeah. Does your food truck have a name?
Yeah, it's K-Pop Dogs, and you can follow it on Instagram. It's k.popdogs.
Cool. I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll follow y'all.
Yep, follow us and then share us, you know, yeah.
Yeah, I'll stay updated.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for anyone who is looking to be an entrepreneur?
I would say times are going to get really rough, you know, but it's just about pushing through. And also another thing I guess I would say is don't stop taking care of the other buckets in your life just because you're starting a business, you know. Still spend time with your family, still work on your health, and still, you know, still take care of yourself, because I've lost 10 pounds since I started it. And it's only been 3 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and now I'm just realizing, I need to focus on sleeping, eating, working out, and
Yeah.
or else I'm gonna be used as one of the Halloween decorations.
Oh, wow. That must be really challenging to try to keep up with all of it and still try to advance your business.
Yeah, exactly. So I think my game plan is to try to wake up earlier
Mm-hmm.
and go to sleep earlier so that I could do that. It's just hard because I'm running around a lot. I'm
Yep.
buying products and I'm prepping and stuff like that. But yeah, I would just say, things are going to get rough, but, if you believe in your dream, you believe in that vision, then you just keep working on it. And then if you put your best foot forward, the best is going to come out of it. Like you're going to, everything's going to be all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I'm assuming it might have been a little intimidating to think, or not to think, but to start being an entrepreneur and start your food truck.
Oh, yeah.
Where did you get the courage to just go for it?
Um, I think I've just always been the type where, if I feel like something's gonna work, I'm gonna do it. And,
Mm-hmm.
if I fail, I'm still young. I can still pick up. I have a degree,
Mm-hmm.
and I just believed in myself and I just did it. Of course, it's like very nerve wracking. I remember the first day I was about to serve. I was like, man, like I really want to chicken out, yeah, yeah. But then, I had no choice but to go through with it because at the end of the day, it's my name, my business
Yes.
out there. Yeah.
Do you have any shout outs you would like to give? You can give a shout out to organizations, your family, or really whatever.
Oh man, I got so many shout outs. We're gonna need another 30 minutes.
Go ahead.
I'd like to give a shout out to my mom, my dad. They raised me up from, they really had nothing and they were able to be the best parents that they could be to raise me into the man that I am now, through tough lessons and, through also, heartwarming advices.
Mm-hmm.
And then my partner, Darla, she's been sweating in the food truck with me. She was there with me when I have nothing, and I hope to take her with me when I, have everything together. Also to my Delta Chi brothers, Juan, Clayton, Zach, and oh my God, there's so many people. But those were the ones who really helped. They were there when I was developing into the leader that I am today. And a lot of that wouldn't be possible without long nights of talking to them, having questions, and learning lessons of, being a better man. And we just all kind of had feedback for each other and making each other better since we're all a little bit different. We could pick something from each person.
Yeah, I think that support really makes a difference.
Yeah.
Do you still stay in touch with some of your Delta Chi brothers?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hang out with some of them tonight. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So after Delta Chi, after I graduated, I had moved in with a few brothers as well. So, we're all very close, and I'm glad that we actually live by what we're saying. We talk about it being a lifelong brotherhood,
Oh,
and we really prove it because we're there with each other, and anytime they need advice, anytime I need advice, they're some of the first people I call.
oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know the bond was that deep.
Oh yeah, it's deep.
That's great. Do you have any advice you would give to current students?
Yeah, I would say get involved and make the most of your college experience because this is the time to fail. If you're gonna fail at the beginning so that you can learn from it. Because trust me, I failed many times in my life to get here. I'm gonna fail a lot more, but after a while, you start understanding that failure doesn't make or break you. It's all about how you take it. So now's a good time to work on your skills. Join an organization or student worker or something, and you're able to pick up lessons that you could use for a lifetime. I wasn't able to start my own business if it wasn't for this opportunity to be a founding father and really learn about the nitty gritty of starting a business. So yeah, I just suggest making the most of your opportunity here and really getting involved.
I think that's great advice. I think a lot of students really learn a lot after joining organizations.
Yeah.
is there skills that you learned during your time as a Delta Chi president or just being in Delta Chi that help you now run your business?
Yeah, like leadership, communication skills, organization skills. Because I was working 3 jobs while I was also taking classes and being a transfer mentor and president of Delta Chi. So it's a lot of juggling, and I look like one of those madmen with the string everywhere. That was me. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that you had 3 other jobs.
Yeah, so I worked as a IT project management assistant here on campus, and then I worked construction with my dad, and then I also worked at a restaurant on the weekends.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, I had to have money to eat fast food.
That's what it's all for.
Yeah, yeah.
No. Wow, that's really challenging. I can't believe you did that. I mean, no, like it makes sense, but
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Yeah, but it was tiring, but I would say right now I'm more tired.
What's harder, the 3 business school and an organization, or?
They have their own challenges, that's for sure. But I think with my own business, it's like it's my baby, and I want to take care of it. Although with Delta Chi being a founding father, it felt like it was my baby as well. Yeah.
I get that. It's like your project almost.
Yeah, exactly.
You're trying to grow it.
Exactly.
You want to see it succeed.
Exactly.
I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's what I'm doing right now with the podcast.
Yeah? Was this your idea to?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, we're going to try our best to spread this everywhere.
Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be good, and I love that you're taking your own risk and starting something new, and you're gonna leave a legacy behind. Because when I graduated, right, people are still hitting me up to talk about Delta Chi being a founding father, and guess what? When you graduate, there's gonna be someone else here, doing a podcast, and that you started it, and it's a really beautiful thing to see young people take risk on themselves and really put their heart into something, and you're gonna look back and you're gonna feel so proud of yourself, and I'm speaking from experience.
Thank you. That means so much to me.
Yeah, good.
I really need
Don't
that.
start crying now.
I'm not a crier. We're good.
Good.
But it was great to hear more about you. I'm glad to meet you.
Yeah, I'm glad to meet you as well. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you.